And now I have the ship in my total control.
Well, there they go. You think they'll be okay on their own?
Only the goddess herself knows for certain. Still, with some already calling this a second advent of the War of the Lions, I can only hope they make it through unscathed.
Oh, I'm sure they'll all be just fine. They don't bear the symbol of the horned lion for show.
Yes, I suppose you're right. And the same goes for me, too. I can't very well call myself a Thor's alumnus and fail to deliver.
Well, well, are we birds of a feather? Proud Thor's graduates unite.
Oh, charmin'.
I'll be in touch with them plenty in the coming weeks, so don't worry. The old guard will do as it must to keep watch over the young and vigilant. Speaking of the old guard, Chancellor Osborne was also a Thor's graduate, was he not?
Yes, he was.
Sorry to say, I can't picture it.
Was he now?
I still don't like that man.
He and I may have had our differences, but I still feel a certain loss with his passing. I'd like to express my condolences to you while I have the chance.
I'm afraid I never had the chance to truly get to know him. But there's no doubt in my mind that he was one of the greatest men of our time.
Thank you.
Still, it must be tough for you with Heimdall under the Alliance's thumb. Were you able to find out where his funeral was held?
Actually...
Actually, what, Claire?
Captain?
Is something amiss?
It's just that I received a strange report on that very issue. I was told his body was taken into the custody of the Imperial Guardsmen when the city was occupied. But then after that, it simply disappeared at some point.
It disappeared? How does a body disappear?
Disappeared, you say?
Is it possible the reformist faction could have taken it from them?
I'm afraid I don't know. It is possible that the Intelligence Division did something to that effect.
A disappearing corpse is certainly cause for concern.
A disappearing corpse that just so happens to be the passing counselor.
It's difficult not to draw parallels with the Lance Maiden's sudden death following the War of the Lions.
Unbelievable.
Oh, Ollie, you haven't seen an unbelievable just yet.
I'm almost impressed how much trouble one man can stir up, even from beyond the grave. He had so many plots in motion, I doubt even his death put a stop to them all.
That's not foreboding at all. Tales of cold steel 2. The next day, hell was unearthed because the kids got a hold of the big giant ship. Not gonna lie, you know what I just thought of? This ship almost kind of looks like one of the ships in Skies of Arcadia, don't it?
Direction since entering Kreutzen provincial airspace.
Gritzen.
We are currently cruising at a speed of 3,000 SPH.
Huh? I'm gonna assume that's just fast.
Nothing abnormal detected on the radar thus far.
Oh, Toa looks so cute.
Detour around the Twin Dragons Bridge, staying within the clouds. Take extra care that we aren't noticed by the Noble Alliance's surveillance.
Yes, ma'am.
Why are we going to the Twin Dragons?
Wow, she's a real natural at this.
Yeah, it's hard to believe she's only been in the position for a day.
Indeed. She has proved a worthy captain in Father's place.
This is Toa, guys. Are we honestly surprised?
As if anyone could fit the role better than our student council president.
She still looks like a mascot character, though.
Fee.
That's just one of her many charms.
Yeah, and besides, I can feel at ease knowing she's in charge. So, today's the day we start our journey anew, right?
Right. We settled what we'll be doing last night. Now all that remains is to do it.
Oh, so they had a discussion about this.
Well, Toa and George should be able to handle the day-to-day running of the ship, so that's out of the way. And whatever we decide, it's not like we're going to be able to do anything major today. Still, I think it's time we start hammering down exactly what we're going to be doing from tomorrow onward.
In theory, the Courageous gives us the ability to fly around the whole country with ease. But, in reality, the Noble Alliance has control over most of Erebonia, so we're limited in where we can actually go.
Does that include the skies? Why am I asking that? I already know the answer to that. Ignore that.
Yeah, we don't want to risk getting too close to Alliance territory. We'd run the risk of being captured, or even worse, being shot down.
Oh, that would suck.
It's sad to think how we barely have anywhere we can land with an amazing airship like this at our disposal.
Care to share your thoughts on this, instructor?
Oh, you kids can just do whatever you want.
I'll tell you later if I feel like answering.
I lost the will to put in any effort after Captain Classy got off.
What the? Really, Sarah? No effort at all? I can't say I'm surprised in the slightest.
You slacker.
You're the one to talk, Fee.
I'm pleased that you think so highly of my father, but
Maybe Laura can hook you up with a one-on-one lecture on the Arcade School of Courtsmanship, if you know what I'm saying.
Please, no, let's not.
I was kidding. In all seriousness, if you need more people fighting in whatever you end up doing, I'll be happy to help you out. Just don't forget that the Courageous was entrusted to you kids, not to me. If you want my advice, then you got it. But you need to be able to make all the important decisions on your own.
Of course.
You almost sound like an instructor for once.
I know, impressive, right?
Getting back to the matter at hand,
And Toa's like, we're gonna shut that shit up.
we don't need to decide everything right at this moment. What say you to figuring out how and what for now?
Come again?
I assume what would be our overall goal. Something realistic that we can all work together towards. And the how would be a basic idea on how we intend to achieve it.
Uh-huh. It's a little trick we use in the student council. It's easier to get motivated when you have a specific goal in mind.
You guys were doing the same kind of thing in the weeks before the Academy Festival, remember? The concert was what you were working toward, and all your other planning was how you intended to pull it off.
I see. That makes sense.
Gee, it's almost as if school prepared us for this.
We did spend a lot of time before and during the festival working out all the details, come to think of it.
Not to mention taking care of the things we couldn't plan, like the strange stuff at the old schoolhouse.
we were coordinating with all of the other classes and clubs at the same time, too.
When you break it down step by step, we did so much without even realizing it. And we may have our own personal goals right now, but if we can wrap those up into one overarching goal, it won't seem half as much.
How about making it something related to the Academy itself, then?
I was thinking the exact same thing.
I wonder what's happening there.
The overall goal? To save Thor's
Toa,
Academy.
The Academy is currently under the Noble Alliance's control, right?
That's right. The staff and students who are there are doing what they can, but
As you know, during the attack, a lot of the students managed to flee Trista and are now scattered across the country.
Are we talking commoner students or...
Now, most of the upper class students chose to stick it out, though. They've got no reason to fear the Alliance, being nobles and all.
I was about to say.
All right, then. I think our what should be taking back the Academy.
That sounds good to me. The Courageous will serve as a good means of transport, but we'll need a proper base sooner or later.
Would the ship not count as that? I mean, look at it! It's gigantic!
But with it, we can get a better look at the current state of things in Erebonia and try to reach out to those who are in need.
Not to mention, if we use the Courageous as a base of operations, the enemy would have a hell of a lot harder time trying to pin us down versus if we had a movable object. You know? Just saying.
And whatever information we learn along the way could bring us that much closer to liberating the Academy.
Can't see taking it back going that smoothly, though.
It's not going to be. I guarantee you, I bet you Crow and that big brain of his somehow figured out that's exactly what we would do. But then again, if we look at our past actions, I can't quite say it's really much of a shock.
No doubt. It's near the capital, so its defenses are gonna be rock solid.
That too.
Still, I like it. What goal is more worthy of us than reclaiming something we hold so dear?
Did anyone else who went to school ever hold that school dear? Because I sure as hell did not. But then again, I never liked school. I didn't like it because, as I've mentioned, I'm an outcast. Outcasts didn't have friends. Or if we did, we had other very bizarre and very strange friends. But my point is, still did not enjoy school. I mean, the closest thing I might have had was when I went to high school because I did join the theater club. Not as an actor, mind you. I couldn't deal with that. But I was a stagehand.
Indeed. Regardless of personal motivations, I can't think of an objective more fitting to us as a group.
Still, if my school were in trouble, I'm not sure if I'd go through the efforts that these guys are going through just to save it.
And if we actually manage to achieve it, the sky's the limit for us.
I'm genuinely moved by your positivity.
Well, their optimism is probably their strongest point.
We were thinking of something along the same lines, in fact, so it works out.
What, did you guys have all a separate conversation?
And hey, if we all thought about it, what's to stop the others from Thors from thinking it too? So if you happen to bump into anyone who escaped from the Academy, why not go and ask them to join us? I'm not saying it has to be your primary focus or anything, but the more people we have on our side, the better.
That's a great idea.
Yeah, we'll be sure to keep an eye out.
We have about the bare minimum crew we need to fly at the moment, but it's not like this is their full-time job. I'm sure our current staff won't be here forever, so we're gonna need a few extra hands on board at some point. Ideally, we could have whoever's here now stick around long enough to train anyone we end up recruiting.
I know our numbers are small right now, but the more people we can get on our side, the higher chance we stand of making Trista and the Academy our home again. And I don't know about you, but I get this weird sense of satisfaction knowing that we students are gonna be the ones to do it.
I know the feeling, actually. Everything works for me.
I'd say that's our how decided, wouldn't you?
Agreed. To wrap all this up, we'll use the Courageous as our base, and as a way to get a good idea of the current state of things in Eastern Erebonia.
Okay, not gonna lie. With the way you guys were talking, and I'm pretty sure I somehow read this wrong, which would not be the first time, nor will it be the last. But the way you guys were discussing that, you made it sound as if Trista would be the base.
Along the way, we'll try to recruit as many fellow Thor students to help us out as we can, all for the sake of our primary goal, taking back Thor's military academy.
Well, I suppose what we need to decide next is where we should head for first. Yeah, we don't have many places we can go at the moment, but there's the Graham, Ymir, the North Highlands. We're able to land at the 4th Armored Division's base too, right? Yeah, I asked Dad about that yesterday, and he's fine with it. Probably better for us to swing by all of them at once, really. Oh, almost forgot. Prince Olivert sent you a few requests to take care of. He did? Oh, joy. The details are all right behind you. Behind us. Oop, sorry. Smacking microphones. Oh, there's an orbital computer here. I've only ever really used one in class. No need to fear. Computer is here! Technology doesn't bite. Plus, it'll be easier in the long run for you to grab stuff from here. So go on, take a look. Sure. And thus it's begun. Oh, lucky us. These are made by the Epstein Foundation, so they're identical to the ones we use in class. There we go. Something's popped up. So this is how everything's displayed. The Intelligence Division has some of these too, I think. Oh. So... okay. Elder Irvin? Of the Highlands. And where's this one? Okay. Are these Vivi, Casper, Mint, Monica? I don't quite remember where they are. There's one from Nord, one from Legram, one from Gorella's Fortress, Proving Ground. Seems we got plenty of work in store for us all over the country. And how I wish it were my imagination, but I think I saw a depressingly familiar name on one of them as well. I'm kinda worried about the one Dad sent us. And I don't think we can ignore that unusual monster that's appeared in Nord either. Prince Oliver took the time to gather and send all of these to us himself. Wow, how'd he manage to do that? He just left for Western Erebonia. Milliam, he could have planned all this yesterday. You don't expect him to somehow have foresight for this shit? He's a guy with plenty of connections, especially through the Bracer Guild. He said he's going to keep finding stuff like this that he thinks you can handle and send them your way. How many you end up doing is up to you, but I'd recommend taking care of the more urgent ones at least. Understood. I don't think any of us mind one bit. Indeed, it helps bring focus to our goal of touring the region and helping those in need. With that being said, I would assume checking the safety of our fellow Thor students is our top priority. I took the liberty of giving you that one myself. We're slowly getting information on where the other Thor Sterns could be. Anytime we find something, we'll update the computer. And who knows? Maybe they'll be willing to join us too. How convenient. I'm suddenly very grateful for those classes. Guess we'll be checking this thing pretty often. Well, I think that's almost everything. When you've decided where you want to go, first let me know, okay? Oh, and George is hard at work setting up an orbital factory in the ship's hold. So if you need any modifications made to your Arcus or any quartz, you can sort those out there. While you're at it, it's worth checking out the other facilities on board too. It's not much now while we're short on staff, but I'm sure any students you recruit will get creative with their space. Might as well. Still, do you guys mind if we figure out who's going to be making up our first active party when we disembark first? Actually, if we're doing that now, would you mind including me? I'd like to see the strange monster from the Highlands request myself. I don't mind at all. That sounds fair. I can come with if you need a hand too. You just let me know if I'm needed, okay? Thanks, instructor. Now let's see. So Rean is obviously an integral part, as is Gaius as of right now. The other person I feel is important is Emma. I still argue Fee. You... No, we'll bring Machias for a change. My party will always include Rean, Emma, Fee, and Laura. A little top-heavy in terms of, you know, destroying things on sight. But that's okay. Okay, let's get going. Right. Let's go, go, go. Act 2, The Awakening Lines. I should probably do as the instructor recommends and tour the facilities on board at least once before disembarking. There's not much, but it'll be smart to see George in the ship's hold and pay Valimar a visit. Might be good to see Princess Alphen too. Yay! I have free roam now! Yay! That was an hour's worth of cutscenes. Good grief. Also, I just want to say this. I apologize for those who are here at stream for my dropped frames and going offline and then going live again. We are currently in the midst of a storm, so I'm getting like little flickers of power going out, so it's kind of disrupting everything. So I do apologize for that. Oh crap. Oh, excuse me. Good. It looks like... Awesome. It looks like everything that I had done to keep the, their equipment on has stayed, which is fantastic. Okay, evasion is still 100. Awesome. Alright, so what is our first task? Find diverse year, sub-team members. Ah, yes. So let's just explore a little. I mean, obviously, we've already seen this area. Thank you all for your hard work. I'll be expecting great things from all of you. Please do not crash the ship. For the love of all that is holy, do not crash the ship. How about we start from the bottom up? Oh? Nice. So this is where the Orbital Factory is. I could see myself coming here pretty often. George said he brought the Orbital bike on board from Ymir too. Maybe it's here? Either way, I want to thank him while I'm down here. This area of the Courageous contains an Orbital Factory. You know, the stuff that we'd been basically doing in the first game? Well, guess what? You're doing it again! Here, in the ship's hold! It's also the most spacious of the Courageous. So you can meet Valimar and the Orbital bike. You can... Wait, I can customize Valimar? Oh, you mean... Okay, I know what they mean. Never mind. Anybody else, when they first played this game and they finally got the option to do this, did anyone else get really giddy? Because this is the moment when the game truly opens up. I mean, you literally can go anywhere. There is no time limit. Well, there is, but you have more of a chance to go around and explore the area than you did before. And what's more, you could visit any place as multiple as you wanted. So as long as you... I think it closed off at a certain point. I don't know when. Let's talk to Valimar, though. Valimar! Valimar! Greetings, Awakener. Hi, Hey, Valimar. Hey, Valimar. I take it your mana's recovered a little now? Affirmative. It stands at 50% replenished. Yay! I see that a new power source has... Oh. I see a new power has awakened within you as well. I don't know if I'd call it new exactly. This power's always been within me. I just didn't understand what it was or why it was there. Technically speaking, I still don't know what it is or why it's there. I just have a better control over it, is what he means to say. But thanks to everyone's help, it finally feels like it's a part of me. If that makes any sense. Still, I need to keep practicing using it. I can't have a repeat of what happened aboard the Pantagruel. You appear to be aware of your own limitations. Much like how you learn to better synchronize with me through practice, humans must improve their specifications through similar means. I mean, I guess. You need only to work towards improvement to gain optimal proficiency for the battles to come. And share that chocolate bar you're eating. No, mine! I won't let you have it. The chocolate Hershey bar is mine. Huh. Greedy bastard. Yeah, I suppose you're right. I can't help that our user is a piece of shit and that, you know, she's not sharing her stuff, but okay. Can't help but feel that one day this power will be useful to me as an awakener, too. I won't be able to use it all the time, but I'll do what I can to get better at making use of it. I look forward to it. Yay! Yeah, we know all about this. It's basically what we could do aboard the Pantagruel. I'm just saving now because in the event that I lose power, at least we won't have to go through all of that again. And even if I did, I would have done it on my own time, so you guys wouldn't have to be subjected to that nonsense. Okay, this is a separate room. Hi, George! Hey, George. Everything doing okay here? Yeah, your herbal factory is all ready for use. So, if you need any work done to your ordnance, don't hesitate to let me know. Thanks. I'm sure we'll be taking you up on that offer very soon. By the way, you're the one who brought the orbital bike on board, right? Also, no, we will not be, in fact, using your shit. At least I don't think we will be. Guilty as charged. I figured it'd come in handy at some point. It was still in good condition thanks to Eustace, but I did make a few modifications to it. Modifications? Like what? Oh, I changed a few parts so that they'll be suited to riding off the road. Oh, okay. So now you should be able to ride on rougher terrain. Feel free to take it for a spin anytime. We can ride whenever we want? Really? Really. Even if it were to break down or something, it wouldn't be hard to come and collect it with the courageous. So go ahead and have fun riding it around. Thanks. I've got a feeling it will come in handy. And to be honest, just the thought of getting to ride it all around, all over the country, gets me excited. Angelica would be proud. Oh, just one thing. About that sidecar we added to it. It was roughed up pretty badly during the attack on the Academy. Sorry. I can fix it for sure, but it's gonna cost a lot of Mira to buy all the materials. So you'll have to go without it for a while. At least until we have the funds to repair it anyway. What if I have the funds though, George? That's a shame. It is, but what can you do? Oh, one other thing about the bike. What would you say to giving it a brand new paint job? Paint job? Yeah, I saw this special feature in Automatic magazine about painting those recently. I thought it might be kind of fun to give it a shot ourselves, you know? We've got the perfect test subject. I can easily set up a station over there. Why not give it a go if you're interested? I see. That does sound interesting. Yeah, I'll give it a shot once you're all set up. Sounds fun. Yay! I don't quite remember if I ever used the bike. I mean, it's cool in theory, but I don't think I ever had to because I was always like, I always went to places to explore one time, and then I left and I wouldn't go back. So I really had no use for going back to an area and using the bike. Now, the only place I can think of where this could be the most useful is the Nord Highlands. You can also now customize. Yeah!